You do say seemingly outrageous things, and then you bring in a truckload of well, here's why I say that.
Yeah.
And one of the standout things you said on Rongan's podcast, the first and the second time you were on, was the fact that there is no such thing as problems.
Yeah.
And then which is a big old thing, isn't it? Because people listening with illnesses or bereavements, and they go, what the heck do you mean?
Yeah.
What the heck do you mean?
So it's said with complete compassion, and it's an empowering statement, even though it can trigger a lot of reaction. It's not in any way to condone circumstances or to dismiss that people have real challenges. You know, I grew up orphaned by the age of 17, wasn't particularly wealthy, and left nothing. You know, at 17, that's quite a scary thought, and how I'm going to pursue the rest of my life. And there are people, as I said, and I sort of alluded to earlier, children go through all sorts of abuse, from physical, emotional, sexual. It's tragic, right? And people, as you said, right now, their parents might have been diagnosed with something, or they've only got a couple of weeks to live, or somebody just got laid off or got fired, or someone's getting divorced and they got custody battle. These are real things.
Yeah.
What I want people to understand is there's no problems in reality. There's just reality, and reality at times can be very difficult. What creates human suffering is the way we relate to that, right? So as long as you think the problems are outside of you, you're actually putting yourself in a disempowering position where you become fundamentally a victim of life, which then means logically the brain is going to do what? Try and control life, which is where you have perfectionism and people pleasing and manipulation and control freaks. But that's an exhausting endeavor. You know, that's, you've obviously spent time in the States where we got to run into each other. I used to work with a baseball team in Arizona, and in the summer there it gets up to 120 degrees, 45, whatever that would be over here. And it would be akin to driving your car. You roll down the windows and you crank the air conditioning because you want to get comfortable by trying to cool down the whole of Arizona. And that's
This is a great analogy.